Safer this morning. School resource officers are now in place at all Sarasota County schools.
I'm live on Michaels on East, where dozens will be gathering to raise money to help kids who might go hungry over the summer months. I have a live report with how you can help.
And the tax filing deadline is now just 14 days away. We're going to have some tips on avoiding common mistakes that could cost you. Those stories and more. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now.
You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 5.
And good morning. Not many college basketball fans are watching right now.
You had a late night last night.
Yeah, Villanova.
Crowned a champion.
Villanova again won. They beat Michigan last night by 17 points, so big win.
Yes, big win. New national champs as you wake up this morning.
You seem pleased about that result.
I do. I was a little sad, though, because they were playing Michigan,
Right.
which, is my home state. But it was a good game, and it's, two
Did you
times in
watch?
3 years. I tried to
Wow.
until someone fell asleep because I can't stay up past the bedline of most toddlers.
So you did break curfew
I
last
tried.
night.
I tried to break curfew. How about you, John Scalzi?
Nope.
Any breaking of the curfew last night?
Well, yes, actually, it's true. I did. I watched something that was on over the weekend that I didn't have a chance to watch.
National Geographic.
National Geographic. National Championship,
Something
National Geographic.
Something along those lines. We have some very pleasant weather for us again today. Like yesterday, we had a few scattered showers in inland areas during the afternoon that moved further and further away from the coast. I think we'll see that same sort of situation again today. Showers building inland, moving further away from the coast. The coast stays dry. This morning, everything is very quiet on radar, on satellite. Everything is nice outside. Beautiful morning commute. Temperatures are about where we expected them to be, in the low to mid to upper 60s, rather, with some warmer temperatures in inland areas. 67 degrees in Wauchula, Arcadia, 68 degrees in Northport, 66 Lakewood Ranch, 66 in Bradenton, 66 Mayaca City. We'll get today to a temperature that would be similar to yesterday, coming in around 81, 82 degrees for a daytime high, and mostly showers in inland areas. We'll have the forecast for you, including another front that comes our way tomorrow, coming up in just a few.
You sound like Lou Rawls or Barry White today with that deeper voice, John.
I don't know what's going on.
Whatever, keep on doing it.
Staying up late.
Lack of sleep. There's the roads right now in Manatee County. Nothing much to speak of so far. Checking farther south, we'll see nothing in the red so far. We'll watch that throughout the morning, and then farther south in our final maps, we'll look down there and see that so far so good. So roads are dry, kids are back in school, and we'll check the traffic every 15 minutes here on ABC 7.
Well, it may still be spring, but one Suncoast agency is already thinking summer and making sure that thousands of area kids have enough to eat when they aren't in school.
For many students that get both breakfast and lunch in school, summer break can bring a big struggle for families in need. So All Faiths Food Bank wants to change all that. Today is a big ceremony over breakfast at Michaels on East. Marla Spence is there first with her knife and fork in hand with a preview of this morning's breakfast. Marla?
Hey, good morning, guys. As many of us may be thinking about what we're going to be eating this morning, like this box of cereal, that's not the case for many kids across the Suncoast who will be going hungry over the summer months. Today, All Faiths Food Bank will be hosting a breakfast right here on Michaels on East. According to that food bank, more than 40,000 kids and their siblings miss out on
school ends. These children are still hungry, and that just breaks my heart, and I don't think any child should go hungry. So this campaign was started 5 years ago, and this year we have $650,000 donated as a match, and we're challenging Sarasota and DeSoto counties to help us match that.
For the latest on this story and breaking news and the forecast, you can always go to our new app. It's under My Suncoast or under WWSB. Some local gun control activists are asking the city commission in Sarasota to get involved in the right to restrict guns. Last night, members from the Brady campaign urged commissioners to do what they can to make a difference. The main push is for a ban on assault weapons and semi-automatic weapons, and also background checks. A proposed resolution in the city of Sarasota after the Pulse nightclub shooting 2 years ago fell short because state law bars local lawmakers from imposing their own set of gun control rules.
I think that we need to see, and that the kids, the children need to see, that their city commissioners have their backs.
We want to push for a way to keep our community safe, and especially our students, because students are the future, so we want to protect them.
In the state of Florida, individual municipalities can't make the rules up, because if they did, people would pick and choose their jurisdictions. The reality is that the individual commissioners would be financially on the hook if they passed an ordinance that was illegal.
So indeed, in the end, the commission listened but couldn't take any action due to that law against local governments trying to preempt state law.
10 South Florida mayors are continuing the crusade for gun control. They've now filed a lawsuit against Governor Rick Scott and Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi. Now they're fighting a law that prevents city governments from taking action on gun reform.
My office, where my mouth is. I invite the governor, I invite Marion Hammer, I invite the NRA. If you want to have the conversation, come have the conversation.
Enough is enough, ladies and gentlemen. That's all we want to do, is to be able to talk and to be able to structure ordinances that will protect ultimately our residents in our cities in this state in America.
You know, my local city hall, I cannot stop somebody from coming in with a concealed weapon. Not allowed to under Florida law. If I try to stop them, in fact, I will have committed exactly the offenses that you were talking about here today.
The mayors say that Florida legislation penalizes elected officials who try to regulate gun control, including where owners are allowed to carry those concealed weapons. Now, the 1987 law requires that all gun reform come from the state legislature.
A follow-up now on Monday's early morning shooting involving Sarasota police and a man who pulled a gun on them. Police say this man, 35-year-old Thomas Gick, is in stable condition after being shot in both legs by Officer Adam Arena. Gick was on 12th Street on his bike near Ed Smith Stadium, near the site of 3 business burglaries in the past 3 nights. Officers wanted to talk to the person on the bike, and they spotted him, tried to stop him. They say Gick pulled a gun, and officers shot him. It later turned out to be a very realistic-looking BB gun.
He's been booked on aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer at this point, so he will be in custody once he's cleared from the hospital. But we will review all of the information in those burglaries to see if this individual matches any of those crimes.
And Officer Arena, and that is not Officer Arena, that is the suspect. There he is. He's been placed on routine paid leave pending the investigation.
Well, if you're the parent of a Sarasota County student, you may have noticed a difference when you dropped your kids off yesterday. Off-duty law enforcement officers are now in place at all Sarasota County elementary school campuses, along with the existing school resource officers at middle and high schools in the district. So what can you expect as a parent? Well, SROs will now be in the parking lot when you drop your kids off and pick them up in the afternoon. They're also going to be staying in high visibility areas on campus throughout the school day.
It's definitely a comfort for parents to know that when they send their child to school that there's a police officer there that can respond quickly and immediately if there's an emergency.
Now, the officers in place at elementary school are just temporary for now. Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is hoping to find a more permanent team for the next year. They're hiring school resource deputies for each one of the 12 elementary schools that are in the county.
Happening today and ending this weekend. Yeah, the 9th annual Bible Read-a-thon kicks off in downtown Venice tonight. It's at Centennial Park's gazebo, 7 p.m., led by Pastor Jim McClelland of Center for Hope. You're invited. Bring a lawn chair. Might want to bring a cot. It ends on Saturday. The mayor will issue a proclamation to be the first reader. The reading should be completed sometime after noon this Saturday, April 7th. This is a live look at Lecom Park in Bradenton, where tonight the Marauders will have a meet and greet at 5:30 to 8 p.m. The event will include the official roster, I guess the players as well, not just the
players,
names.
Yeah.
Here's your sheet. It'll have live music and games, the Marauders inflatable speed pitch,
I need to try that.
prize wheel, and a photo booth where fans can pose for pictures with the Marauders. Tonight, opening night rather, is April 7th. That's this weekend, so there's a live picture, and we'll talk to the PR guy from the Marauders in a few minutes here.
All right, sounds good. I love it. Spring is in the air. Baseball is officially going.
That's
love
right.
this time of the year.
Still ahead, first alert traffic and why a new state law could stop you from going to certain beaches this summer.
And it is the season we all dread the most, tax season. But it is almost over. What you need to do to avoid any mistakes or ending up in the woods. Stick around, we're going to have that for you.
John Scalzi, it looks nice out there. Catch your breath, John, and take it away.
I guess the first thing I need to do is do my taxes, right? That'll be number one. So, across the region today for your drive time forecast, no issues whatsoever with rain, fog, wind, or temps. Everything looks great. Temperatures as you head out the door will be in the low 60s to, upper 60s to low 70s, and we'll have temperatures on the way home in the low 80s. I'll pull it together and give you your forecast in a second.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing, but sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that, and with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level, when your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
65-degree air temperature. We have a dew point of 65. That's 100% relative humidity. And we have some patchy fog in some locations, mostly to the north of us, but we certainly could see some develop around here over the course of the next hour or so. So we'll watch for that. It shouldn't be a widespread big problem. Winds are out of the east at about 3 light right now. And those light winds will be with us throughout the day today, which will allow, I think, for a bit of a sea breeze to develop early on and push inland. That'll trigger off showers, a few of them. And it'll be a day very similar to yesterday, I think, as we head into the afternoon. 65 degrees Sarasota, 66 in Lakewood Ranch, Parrish at 66, those Bradenton, 68 degrees in Inglewood, 68 in Venice, Northport at 68, and Myakka also comes in at 68 degrees. So across the region today, by 7 p.m., we'll see a temperature of about 67. We'll get up to 80 by lunchtime. Should be lots of sunshine around, a beautiful day. We'll watch for a few inland showers to begin to develop right around 2 o'clock or so. Those will be inland, and they will become more frequent in number and stronger perhaps as we head into the 4, 5 o'clock time frame. Temperatures at about 7 p.m. will be 77 degrees. Again, very similar to yesterday. Not many surprises here in the forecast. As we head into the afternoon, we'll watch those temperatures continually rise up to around 80, 81 degrees, 82 for a daytime high. We'll have a mix of sun and fair weather clouds close to the coastline. Inland, we'll watch a few showers build. They'll be few and far between. Probably less shower activity today than we saw yesterday. But they'll be around, and they'll gradually drift further away from our coastline. And then by the evening hours, we'll watch them dissipate and then leave us with a partly cloudy to mostly clear overnight sky. And then tomorrow, we'll wait for a frontal boundary to approach. That frontal boundary promises us not so much a chance of rainfall as a wind shift, and that wind shift will bring us some a delightfully pleasant air, I think, for a couple of days in a row. Lower relative humidity, sunshine, and very nice conditions. I think you'll be very happy. Titan radar not showing much in the way of any rainfall across the state currently. Had a few showers building back to the west, but locally everything is quiet. As we head into the afternoon, we'll watch this area of low pressure that's beginning to develop. Also a focal point today for perhaps some severe weather. That low pressure area moves off to the north and to the east, carries the potential of the strong storms along with it. High pressure builds in behind this front, and the whole surface frontal boundary gradually gets closer to us, bringing this line of showers along with it. Now, the thing is, it kind of falls apart as it gets closer to us, so the line of showers becomes rather diffuse across the Big Bend region. That's why I'm not really putting in a chance of rainfall tomorrow. Maybe just a little uptick in wind speeds, maybe a little bit more cloudiness. I wouldn't be surprised to see an isolated shower around late in the day tomorrow, but I'm not putting it in the forecast because this is going to be a very weak front. Mostly sunny, a few inland showers, and then that front tomorrow that'll cause the wind shift as high pressure builds in and lower humidity air for the balance of the work week. It looks nice. Southwest wind at about 10 knots, becoming more southerly during the overnight at about 5 knots. Beautiful day for boating. No issues here. We'll watch for 82 today. Tomorrow, a little bit cooler, a few more clouds around. Nighttime lows will drop a bit on Thursday as that drier air filters in. We'll have sunshine full blast for a couple of days, and then as we head into the weekend, another front on Sunday brings us a small chance at a shower or two, and we'll start off next week with lots of sunshine and mild temperatures. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. Let's take a look outside to your first alert traffic this morning. Thankfully, around this time of the day, it's pretty slow. Not much to see in Manatee County. Heading a little farther south into Sarasota County. Those roads are still looking pretty decent around this time of the morning. No real construction delays or any traffic snafus to tell you about there. Heading a little farther south in the market. Those areas are still running pretty smooth around there, too. No real traffic bumps at 517. That is your first alert traffic.
A new state law will make public access to private beaches more challenging. The law backs beachfront property and defines where the property lines end. While some homeowners are glad to have the new law, others don't think it's necessary. The new law takes effect on July the 1st.
Well, April is here. That means showers and flowers. And taxes.
Well sold.
Right?
If you haven't filed yet, you still have until April 17th. In today's Consumer Watch, Mary Maloney breaks down the tax mistakes that could cost you money.
Whether you like it or not, you can't escape tax season. If you haven't submitted your tax return yet, it's time to get moving. Waiting until the last minute increases your risk of mistakes.
So some of the things are as simple as a typo, a math error. We also find sometimes people don't use the correct filing status. We also find that they don't even report income correctly at times.
Tax prep software or a tax preparer should flag simple errors, but it's always good to pay close attention, especially since mistakes can cost you money. Uncle Sam can hit you with penalties and charge you if you use the wrong filing status or forget to report income. Experts say to be mindful of your taxes all year instead of just once a season.
People have to think about taxes really in everything that you do, because it can affect your taxes. Anything that you're doing that's causing income, anything that may create a deduction, even think about a simple job change.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Mary Maloney.
For tax tips, you can go to the website irs.gov/help. There you can check your filing status and see who you can claim as a dependent, and also find out if you need to file a return in the first place.
All right, and you know what's interesting? I have an 18-year-old daughter that just got her first job last year, so that was one of the questions that we had.
Oh.
How much do you have to make in order to need to file your taxes?
Did you find out?
10,000.
Oh,
She
good
didn't
answer.
qualify. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast. Another data breach in the news today. This one involves Panera Bread and millions that may have had their personal information compromised.
And we are live right now at Lecom Park in Bradenton, where the Marauders kick off their season this weekend. Tonight's a big meet and greet. We'll talk to the PR person about the big season coming up on Good Morning Suncoast.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-652-3012. That's 1-800-652-3012. Call now 1-800-652-3012. For a free brochure, call 1-800-652-3012.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $15 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 3 times in a row. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317. Go online or visit a Target store today.
Tonight, the Bradenton Marauders will host a meet and greet at Lecom Park. It's happening from 5:30 until 8. That event's going to include the official roster and an introduction to the new season.
All right, Nate March is in charge of the communications there, and he joins us now live. Nate, you're a hero. You've gotten up twice early for us the past few weeks. Good to have you here again.
Well, thank you for having me back on.
You did so nice last time. So the Pirates, of course, from Pittsburgh, they sell out the place. You've got momentum now. I'm sure you hope there's some spillover from the Major League spring season to your now summer season.
Well, we always hope the excitement of Major League spring training spills over, as you said, into the minor league season. Our Bradenton Marauders players have done a tremendous job advancing over the years to play in Pittsburgh. Over the previous 8 seasons, we've had 44 players rise up from Bradenton to eventually play in the big leagues. The Pirates are off to a tremendous start back north. They're 4-0, so we're hoping to carry that momentum over down here as the Marauders get set to go this weekend.
All right, Nate, I love the idea of what you guys are doing tonight, introducing the players and the roster. One of the best things about going to baseball games sometimes are the fan experiences. So what can we as fans expect to see in the new season at the park?
Well, you can expect to see the same family fun that we always have. On Sundays, we have kids run the bases after the game. We have t-shirt giveaways and other great promotions over the course of the season. Our opening night is coming up this Saturday. And you mentioned we have the Meet the Team event tonight, 5:30 to 8. And we have guaranteed autograph opportunities after the roster announcement. Fans will have an opportunity to come on field and mingle with the players. We'll also have players early in the event mingling in the fan plaza. We'll have a photo booth where fans can take pictures with the players. You know, it's all about making that connection to our local team. We really want to emphasize that, you know, the Marauders are a team for Bradenton and the Suncoast.
All right, nice job. You've been busy, Nate. Thank you for your help. We'll talk again.
Thanks, Nate.
Next hour in Bradenton. All right, Stephanie?
All right, happening tonight, the Venice Symphony is hosting trivia. Starts at 6:30 tonight at Abby's in Venice. It's a fundraiser. Donations are $5 a person. You can go in there with groups of 2 to 8 and you can compete. There, of course, will be cash prizes and all proceeds will go to the Venice Symphony.
We'd love to get your feedback and hear from you. We post fresh items every day on our respective Facebook pages. So check them out, punch them up, and like the page. We're also on Instagram as well. We'd love to hear your feedback here on Good Morning Suncoast.
All right, well, there are 2 words that we are way too familiar with these days: data breach.
Yeah.
The newest one, Panera Bread. They're responding this morning after a report said the company leaked millions of customers' information on its website.
ABC's Candace Gibson and Diane Macedo have details in this morning's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, a security problem at Panera Bread.
A cybersecurity expert says customer data was available on the chain restaurant's website. The report says the leak included names, birthdays, and the last 4 digits of credit card numbers.
Now, the breach affected customers who ordered food on the company's website. The restaurant chain says it has fixed that problem.
ESPN will soon roll its new streaming service. It'll show pro baseball and hockey games and lots of other events, all for $4.99 a month.
ESPN Plus launches next Thursday. ESPN, as you know, is also part of the Walt Disney Company. A study in Australia says giving up Facebook for a while reduces stress.
Researchers say just 5 days off of the site caused a drop in a stress hormone, but they also found those who took time off felt less satisfied with their lives.
What does that
Sounds
say?
like a trade-off of
Yeah,
some
exactly.
sort. Those are your Tech Bites.
COPD makes it hard to breathe. So to breathe better, I go with a Noro.
COPD tries to say go this way. I say I'll go my own way with a Noro.
Once Daily Anoro contains 2 medicines called bronchodilators that work together to significantly improve lung function all day and all night. Anoro is not for asthma. It contains a type of medicine that increases risk of death in people with asthma. The risk is unknown in COPD. Anoro won't replace rescue inhalers for sudden symptoms and should not be used more than once a day. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition, high blood pressure, glaucoma, prostate, bladder, or urinary problems. These may worsen with Anoro. Call your doctor if you have worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain while taking Anoro.
Ask your doctor about Anoro.
Get your first prescription free at Anoro.com.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate, and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason. Because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
A promise was made. A promise that hit the beaches of Normandy. A vow that captured Iwo Jima. A contract that weathered Tet. A pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq. An IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
Stay connected to your clients and new customers using ABC7 Digital Media Services. Our team of professionals provide a wide array of digital services to help you get the most out of your website. We specialize in building and helping you maintain the most effective digital solutions for your business. It's vital that your online presence stands out, so our experts will equip you with the best resources available. Trust ABC7 Digital Media Services to give you the right tools to grow your business. Thanks to all of you who participated in ABC7's Caribbean Cruise Giveaway Contest. Join us as we celebrate our grand prize winner, Joyce Fakowski of Northport. Married for 13 years in June, Joy and her husband, Don, are excited to celebrate their anniversary on a spectacular 7-night luxury Caribbean cruise for 2. Congratulations, Joy and Don. Bon voyage. ABC7, we're here for you.
Everything all right?
Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery?
Sure.
We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Hi, I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. No one should face breast cancer alone. When I was diagnosed 36 years ago, there was no internet, and I had to make a decision with little information. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. To learn what every woman needs to know about breast cancer, visit nbcf.org/hope.
Get breaking news, plus first alert weather and traffic focused on where you live. Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7, weekdays starting at 5.
There is no denying Villanova. They're the new NCAA basketball champs this morning. We'll recap last night's big game.
I'm live at Michael's on East in Sarasota, where dozens will be gathering to raise money to end summer hunger. I have a live report on how you can help straight ahead.
And concerns of a trade war cause another big drop on Wall Street. We'll tell you how experts predict the market will do today. A preview next on Good Morning Suncoast.
You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 5:30.
Good morning to you. Welcome to this Tuesday morning, April 3rd, just 14 days away from the tax filing deadline.
Oh, that's right.
Right? That's math in the morning. It's a lot for me to comprehend.
A lot of quick numbers there. Let's get to the forecast. John Scalzi's got details of this Tuesday. Hey, John.
Hi, good morning. Beautiful day starting off the morning. We have temperatures that are about where they were yesterday. The rain chances today about where they were yesterday. Daytime high today about where they were yesterday. So we're going to have pretty much a repeat of what we saw 24 hours ago, which is not a bad thing. I think yesterday was a beautiful day. Big changes, though, coming up tomorrow in the form of a cold front headed our way. We'll talk about that in a few moments. Currently, well, you can see those showers that developed in inland areas yesterday on radar. That's about the same place they'll be today. The only difference, I think, is that maybe they'll be a little fewer in number. Also, we have 100% relative humidity out there, so the potential of a little bit of patchy fog, especially in inland areas, does exist this morning. Factor that in, perhaps, to your morning commute if you're commuting from inland locations. 66 Wauchula, 67 Arcadia, 66 at Lakewood Ranch, Parrish, Bradenton. Sarasota comes in at 65, 68 degrees in Inglewood, and 67 degrees in Venice. We'll top it out today about where we were yesterday, coming in around 81, 82 degrees for a daytime high. And the rain chance, we'll put it at 20%. That's for inland areas. That's not near the coast. The coast stays dry again today. We'll have the complete forecast coming up in a few.
All right, John, talk to you soon. Checking first alert traffic now. Not too much to report in Manatee County, so we'll skip over to Sarasota County already. Little blip there at the diverging diamond as you leave Lakewood Ranch on the University. That'll probably clear up before long. Checking farther south now on the South County maps. Nothing much yet. Little thing there in 41 at the base of your screen in Northport. Otherwise, all clear at 5:32 on this Tuesday morning.
Well, one thing you may not realize is that there are thousands of kids in this school district that rely on the school year to get both breakfast and lunch at school. Now, Michael's on East in Sarasota is going to be a busy place because later on today there's going to be dozens of people there working towards one goal.
They want to make sure the students still get regular meals when school lets out next month. Our Marla Spence is at the event now. It begins at 8 o'clock this morning, and she's got a preview from Michael's on East near 41 in Bay Vista. Marla?
Good morning, guys. While many of us may be thinking about what we'll be having for breakfast, like this box of cereal, that may not be the case for many kids on the Suncoast who might go hungry over the summer months. Now, right here on Michael's on East is where dozens will be gathering to raise money to end summer hunger. Each year, thousands of kids in DeSoto and Sarasota counties alone go hungry. They rely on regular meals at schools, and once summer months roll around, that comes to an end. Even a short lapse in nutrition can affect children for years. To solve this widespread problem, All Faiths Food Bank is kicking off its 5th campaign to end summer hunger. One board member with the food bank tells us they partner with Sarasota County schools and many local organizations to provide food to kids during the summer.
We also have our Sprout trucks that go out into the communities. We also have a large backpack program. So we really do our best to try to get to the children, to reach them where they are, as opposed to having them come to us.
Sprout trucks are loaded with fresh produce that go out to DeSoto and Sarasota County neighborhoods. This allows kids to receive a well-balanced meal. And in order to do this, All Faiths Food Bank is looking to raise $1.3 million over a 45-day period, and they'll be kicking off their campaign right here at Michael's on East starting at 8 o'clock this morning. I'm Marla Spence reporting live in Sarasota for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Marla, thank you for the latest on this story and breaking news and the forecast. It's all under our app, under WWSB or under My Suncoast.
This morning, stocks in Asia were down after big losses on Wall Street yesterday as investors are worried about a possible trade war with China.
Investors are also reacting to President Trump as he tries to level the playing field with Amazon. ABC's Candace Gibson has the latest.
Trump versus the tech titan. According to Vanity Fair, sources close to the president say he is discussing ways to escalate his attacks on Amazon to further damage the company. He's off the hook, one source told Vanity Fair, calling it a war on Amazon. The president has suggested rate hikes for shipping Amazon packages, tweeting, "Only fools or worse are saying that our money-losing post office makes money with Amazon. They lose a fortune, and this will be changed." But experts say a rate hike for Amazon could do more harm than good for the post office. ABC's Rebecca Jarvis explains.
The Postal Service could charge Amazon more to deliver those packages, but keep in mind, package delivery is one of the few growing businesses for the Postal Service, and analysts have looked at this and believe that charging Amazon more could ultimately lead this major retailer to pursue alternative methods for its delivery service.
Amazon stock spiraling, down more than 5% Monday, which in part fueled losses on Wall Street. The Dow falling nearly 500 points.
Jeff? All right, I will be short.
Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos, who was invited to a White House tech roundtable last year, has lost $16 billion since the president started tweeting about his company. Bezos also owns the Washington Post, which the president often criticizes. But this morning, the newspaper insists Bezos has no role in the paper's news coverage. Adding to the jitters on Wall Street, fears of an increasing trade war. China has imposed new tariffs on U.S. pork, steel pipes, and apples, which could impact states like Iowa. The Des Moines Register newspaper says pork producers have already lost nearly $250 million since China first threatened to impose tariffs. Candace Gibson, ABC News, New York.
So those import tariffs are in retaliation for President Trump's tariffs, and more could be on the way as the president promises to crack down next on intellectual property theft in China.
And just a warning here, if you do have kids in the room, we do have some disturbing details coming up in this next story. Manatee County Sheriff's investigators are calling one woman's death a murder after she was found on fire in a wooded area in Bradenton. Now, it happened just after 1 o'clock yesterday morning in an area along 18th Street East. Deputies say a man called in to report what he thought was a body on fire. That woman is now identified as Veronica Polite. A cousin of hers says she was blind and wandered off from her apartment last night before getting into a car. Police say they have many persons of interest, but no suspects just yet. They're trying to figure out what exactly happened leading up to her death.
Well, the first thing you do in this type of investigation, you take a look at the victim, find out who the victim has been with, where the last person or where the person was seen last, who was she with, that sort of thing.
The Manatee County Sheriff's Office says Polite had numerous contacts with law enforcement over the years. They'll determine her exact cause of death with an autopsy.
A Sarasota man is facing charges this morning after a tip from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office arrested this man, 47-year-old Gary Moore, for possession of child pornography. Detectives say they found 40 images of child porn on his home computer. He's been released on a $20,000 bond.
Governor Rick Scott has signed a bill aimed at reducing the number of pythons and other invasive species that cause damage across the state. Now, the bill sets up a pilot program that targets pythons and other species like the lionfish and lizards. Now, under that program, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission will be able to enter contracts with hunters to capture or destroy some of those species on public lands and in state waterways. One goal of the program is to stop these invasive animals from expanding their current territory.
We are concerned about the potential impacts it may have on our native wildlife. Some of these species may also impact the habitat that they're in, or other animals that compete with the habitat that they're in.
Now, you'd be surprised at how many of these invasive species actually start out as pets first and get abandoned later on. So one of her pieces of advice is that people looking for a pet should do their research before buying any exotic animals, as they all offer unique challenges. And of course, under current Florida law, Burmese pythons are illegal to purchase in Florida, but you can still buy some versions of lizards at exotic pet stores.
Governor Scott also busy yesterday awarding over 200 veterans for their service. 256 veterans were honored with the Governor's Veterans Service Medal for their service to the state and the nation. The ceremony followed the passing of a $180 million bill, which will increase opportunities and reduce fees for Florida's military, veterans, and their families. This is a live look at Lecom Park in Bradenton, where tonight the Marauders will have a meet and greet from 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. The event will include the official roster. Hopefully that means the players themselves, not just a piece of paper. It'll have live music and games. The Marauders inflatable speed pitch will be out there, and the prize wheel and a photo booth where fans can pose with the players. Opening night is this weekend on April 7th.
And some new NCAA champs this morning. Villanova beat Michigan last night to become national champs in men's college basketball. Fans celebrated the victory, soon spilling out into the streets around Villanova's campus in Pennsylvania. Now, that victory comes after the Wildcats scored a record-setting number of three-point shots, the most ever in tournament history. The team was heavily favored in the game going in, delivered a 79-62 win in front of almost 68,000 people in San Antonio. This marks the third championship for Villanova, the second in just 3 years. That last night was just 2 nights ago, and the team hadn't won at all since 1985. Talk about turning a season around last couple years.
And I know that Michigan coach, too.
You do?
John Beeline came from Buffalo, a little tiny Erie County Community College. And now he's coach of Michigan all the way to the finals.
There it is.
Did well for himself. 5:41 right now, still ahead, latest and first alert traffic. And as we continue to go through spring weather, you may have felt your allergies acting up, but your furry friends may be feeling it as well.
And wouldn't it be nice to get a pizza in just minutes? Well, now one local company is making my sweetest dream into a reality.
Let's take a peek right now at downtown Atlanta, Georgia. That Ferris wheel is in Centennial Park. That was the scene of the Olympics years ago, back in 1996. We recall that. 5:41 right now, looking toward another carbon copy of yesterday here, John Scalzi.
Yeah, pretty much, I think so. We're looking at also some reduced pollen rates compared to what we have seen over the last couple of weeks. So that's good news. We're at an 8.8. We have previously been in the mid-9s, which are high pollen counts. Now we're in kind of a medium-high category, and we'll be there again tomorrow. As far as red tide goes, if you're visiting here on the Sun Coast for perhaps your spring break from other locations, you'll be happy to know that no area beaches are reporting any red tide. Even if you're visiting and don't know what red tide is, believe me, you'll be happy to know that. We have across the region some beautiful weather for you today. We'll talk about that in just a few.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Fun for the whole family, the 26th Annual Venice Shark's Tooth Festival, benefiting special athletes of Sarasota County, fossil vendors, arts and crafts, food, children's games, and live entertainment with headliners the Gator Creek Band on Friday night, Rockin' Rogues, Maiden Cane, Glass Onion, Kettle of Fish, Paisley Craze, and the Boogeymen. Admission $4, children 12 and under free. Parking is free. The annual Venice Shark's Tooth Festival, April 13th, 14th, and 15th at the Venice Airport Festival Grounds.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Hi, I'm Joan London with A Place for Mom. Over the years, we've helped thousands of families find senior care And today's senior living communities have never been better, with amazing amenities like movie theaters, exercise rooms and swimming pools, public cafes, bars and bistros, even pet care services. And nobody understands your options like the advisors at A Place for Mom. These are local expert advisors that will partner with you to find the perfect place and determine the right level of care, whether that's just a helping hand or full-time memory care. Best of all, it's a free service. Call today, A Place for Mom. You know your family, we know senior living. Together, we'll make the right choice.
Call A Place for Mom right now to get our free ebook on financing senior care, as well as a free referral for senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-290-0352. That's 1-800-290-0352.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Letting my friends online know I was quitting kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it. You can too.
For free help, visit cdc.gov/tips.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny'd been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
It's kind of a humid start to the day. We have a 65-degree air temperature and a dew point that matches that at 65. So the combination of temperature and dew point bringing 100% relative humidity. That means that there is the potential for some patchy fog out there this morning. Watch for that. I don't think it'll be widespread. I don't think it'll be a big problem. East wind blows now at about 3. It's a light wind, and we will develop a sea breeze today. That sea breeze will push all of our shower and thunderstorm activity, such as it is, into inland areas. I don't think we'll see a lot of thunderstorms around, but we could see a pop or two of lightning as we head into the afternoon. 68 degrees Mayaca City, 67 in Parrish, Bradenton at 68, so is Lakewood Ranch. Sarasota at 65, Inglewood 69, 69 in Venice, and Longboat Key comes in at 70 degrees. So we're starting off the day about where we did yesterday. We'll get to about 67 officially by 7 a.m. as dawn breaks on the Sun Coast. We'll head up to about 80 by lunchtime under mostly sunny skies. I don't think we'll see much in the way of any kind of showery activity having started at that time. By about 2 o'clock or so, maybe the first few showers begin to form in inland areas. The coast still stays clear. And by 3 o'clock, I think they'll become a little bit more numerous in inland areas with the temperature topping out at around 82. Clouds will build a little bit in inland areas near the coastline. I think we'll have more sunshine. And then as we head into the 7 o'clock time frame, all the showers that we might develop will start to wind down. And again, they'll be in mostly inland areas along the coastline. Will stay clear. So the futurecast kind of spells that out for you. We'll develop this southeasterly wind flow switches to perhaps a southerly and eventually southwesterly wind. We pick up a few showers in inland areas. Those showers generally drift away from our coastline, which stays clear. And as we head into tomorrow morning, it should be a beautiful start to the day with temperatures in the mid-60s climbing to 70s pretty quickly. Titan radar now showing a drop of rain around the peninsula. We do have some showers back to the west. That is part of a frontal boundary, which is producing wide-scale possibilities of severe weather today. We'll talk about where that is. Titan radar quiet. There's our area of low pressure. It's basically right around that low where the severe weather threat is located. And as that low moves off to the north and to the east, the frontal boundary itself kind of falls apart with scattered showers along that front developing and moving in advance of the front. We'll see small chances of rainfall with that frontal passage tomorrow evening. Mostly sunny today, a few inland showers, and then that front brings lower humidity after it moves through and high pressure builds in. I think you'll notice the lower humidity values. There's our threat of severe weather. It is an enhanced risk for areas of the Ohio Valley down into the Front Range. So we'll probably see some severe weather take place in the form of large hail, tornadoes, and gusty winds in that location. For us, nothing like that as that front gets closer. Southwest wind at about 10 knots, becoming lighter as we head into the overnight. And the forecast calls for a daytime high of around 82 today, 80 tomorrow, with a few more clouds around as that front approaches. The front moves through and we lower our relative humidities. Consequently, we get cooler nighttime temperatures. About 63 Thursday into Friday and 83 on Friday as we head into the weekend. Lots of sunshine. Maybe a few passing clouds on Sunday and a slight chance of showers with the next front that moves through and gives us a little lower humidity to start next work week. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. Let's take a look outside. Your first alert traffic out there this morning for your commute. Starting to see one little slowdown right there in Manatee County, 301 and State Road 70. Pretty typical for this time of the morning. Heading a little farther south, we're going to go into Sarasota County. Those roads are not looking too bad. I think if we can advance that map a little bit, there we go. We're starting to see just a little bit of our slowdowns on 301, which is pretty typical around this time of the morning. Also a little slowdown right there on University Parkway. And a little farther south in the area, those roads are looking pretty decent. We do have one accident right there to tell you about on 75, like past 75 on Clark Road right there. Siddell Road, there's an accident at State Road 72. Siddell Road, there's an accident right there at State Road 72. That is your first alert traffic at 5:50. In this hour's Health Smart, just like us humans, your pets could be feeling the effects of spring allergies.
Many people in the South get a blanket of yellow dust on the cars and homes, and even on the pets, though. Vets say that pet allergies are the #1 malady they are seeing this time of year. Pets can have similar symptoms like itchy eyes, sneezing, and coughing, but vets say owners should watch their skin. If an animal is scratching and the hair is falling out, that's a good indication that they are suffering from allergies.
There's not a whole lot worse than a dog that scratches because they just never quit. They don't get any rest, and owners don't get any rest.
You don't see pets with many boxes of Kleenex, do you?
No. Are they allergic to us like we can be allergic to them? That's the real question.
They've never once complained. Vets recommend using an over-the-counter medication if symptoms are mild, but if the pets are itching constantly and the skin is broken, then please give your vet a call.
Well, put your money in the machine, wait just 3 minutes, and out comes a hot, fresh slice of pizza. Sound too good to be true? Well, it's not. It's going to be a reality. It is the concept behind a new invention by a Sarasota company. The 24/7 pizza box needs to go in my family room. Will start showing up around the Suncoast later on the summer. They plan to then go nationwide and then later this year worldwide. Local pizzerias will stock those machines with 72 fresh slices. The company's president says this is the first time this has ever been tried.
There's no novelty factor. The customer's getting great pizza out of this machine. It's not a frozen product. There's no preservatives. It's a fresh, recently baked pizza by the slice.
Now they're going to target breweries, college campuses, airports, shopping malls. Each slice is going to be about $3.50. I love the idea of doing this. And that was like one of my big questions for you, Ray, because I know you worked on the story, was like, it'll always be stocked and you know that it's hot and fresh and ready to go. And it's local pizzerias that are doing it.
They've got their name on, like the local pizzeria has their name on the machine. And it takes about 3 minutes for the pizza to get defrosted and cooked. So it's not like instant stuff. It actually is fresh pizza.
I can handle 3 minutes. I can do this. All right, good idea.
All right, the day's top news headlines are after this. Stay with us.
For more than 100 years, American Humane Association has been teaching kids to be kind to animals. Those in our homes, on the farms, on the silver screen, and wildlife conservation, caring for the world's vanishing creatures. But we can't do it alone. Visit kindness100.org to find ways to teach kids how they can make a more caring, compassionate, and humane world for all of us.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator, there was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
It's tough to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. Elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs, stop the crimes.
Coast Guard, we are taking on water.
The United States Coast Guard. They secure our ports and waterways.
protect our environment, keep drugs away from our kids, and save lives. It's dangerous work. And in times of triumph or tragedy, the Coast Guard Foundation answers the call to support Coast Guard members and their families. Learn more at coastguardfoundation.org.
Invest in Kids is a $7.5 million project to build a new Boys and Girls Club in South Manatee County. I'm Caleb Grimes, and I was a club kid. It's where I learned important life lessons, leadership, integrity, responsibility, and baseball. Thousands of kids attend the Boys and Girls Clubs, and after years of use, their club is slowly falling apart. Help us invest in kids. Make your donation today.
Thank you!
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffrey Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
You now have the power to prioritize your Facebook feed and get local news and information from the team you trust. Go to the ABC7 Sarasota page on Facebook. Give us a like, then click following and choose See First. That's it. Customize even more by choosing notifications. Choose breaking news, posts, live videos, anything you want to see in real time. Take control of your newsfeed and stay connected to what's happening in your community with ABC7 on Facebook.
Serving part-time as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment to get an edge in the civilian world. Learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you at nationalguard.com.
All right, thanks for watching this hour of Good Morning Suncoast. The news continues next hour.